basics on what to do with your Google Classroom. On the left side of the screen is going to be a browser that you're going to see as a teacher, and on the right side is going to be a browser that a student is going to see. So you can see both perspectives and you can see what to expect as a teacher and a student. So right off the bat, let's go to easy enough. Let's just Google or search Google Classroom so you know how to find it. Later on, you can create a bookmark if you want to, but it should be classroom.google.com. When you go in, you want to make sure you're signed in as in your employer's email, which will be the husd1.com. That's mine for my work. On the right side, I'm going to research Google Classroom as well, but I'm going to sign in with my own personal email just so you can pretend it's a student. And again, students should have their own Google Classroom account. Just for the sake of this video is basically what I'm doing. So I'm going to sign in with my own personal email. There we go. Let it sign in. And there it is. So we're signed into Google Classroom. There are no classes either as a teacher or as a student. As a teacher, you want to go to this plus sign and you want to say create a class. When you create this class, you want to give it a title, so you can call it Period 1 Math or Algebra 1. Algebra 1. Whatever. If you want to write something here, it's fine. It's not necessary. Or you can write a subject for math, and this is not really necessary, but if you wanted to, it's a possibility. The only thing you need to do is write a class name and click create. Once you do, it's going to take a few seconds, but you should be able to see your classroom right here on the dashboard. There it is. Let it creating still. There it is. Now, it's going to take you here right away, and it's giving you some highlights here. It says you can invite students with your class code. Class codes are now available right here on the dot. So this is the code your students need to join the class. So you could either, when you're showing it to the students, you could paste it. You see, you can highlight it, copy it, and then if you want to paste it somewhere, just give them that code on the chat. You can also show it to your students if you're recording this on Google Meets. You can actually maximize it for them to type in themselves. And if you really want to maximize it, you can do that as well. Just click on that box again. All right, so I'm the student on the right side. Let's say you gave this on the chat. So I'm going to, as a student, you're going to click on the plus sign and join class. The code you gave me is the one I click for join. And I am joining that class we just created. It's taking a while, but that should be done right there. So as a student, I see everything you're posting. As a teacher, you could say hello class. That's just a statement, like on social media. You can say hello class, and it's been created. I don't see it yet because if I need to refresh it, but when I do, I see that my teacher posted, and I could even reply, and I could do all kinds of things. However, let's jump into permissions now. Let's say you don't want students to write on the wall, because as a student, I could also write, and I could say, "You suck, Mr. Mo." You have students who might write that and you don't care, and you don't want to see other students. You don't want other students to see that kind of behavior. So, if you want to limit students with the permissions they have in Google Classroom, here's what you should do. So, as a student, I wrote that late at night. You don't see it until the morning, and oh boy, you're in trouble. Or that kid's in trouble more than anything. So let it load. You see, they wrote it. And you can choose to either delete it, copy it, or mute the student if you want to keep with those permissions. Or you can delete it. And you can also move into the settings. It's a little toolbox on top. This little toolbox is going to give you a lot of info, such as the class code again, the stream, which is what Google calls the news feed. And this is where you can limit their permissions. Student can post and comment. That means they can post and comment on your post. Students can only comment on what you post, or only teachers can post or comment. This is the one I like the most, just because it makes all the information just accessible for students as a resource. And that's one of the biggest things you want to focus on, making sure what kind of teacher you want to be for this Google Classroom. And once you click on what you want, for now, this is all we're focusing on. You save. and you're basically ready for your Google Classroom. You can also fix whatever you want, upload a picture, etc. But those are just aesthetics. This video has been about creating a class, joining a class, where's the class code, and the permissions you can give to your student.